instead of flam accents, you're doing flam drags. The flam taps will remain the same for now, so we'll have this. Right, so we're going flam drag, flam tap, and you just try that the whole way through. Let's give it a try. Here we go. Excuse the little stick click in there. And this is feeling, honestly, a little awkward for my hands, so I'm gonna push the tempo a little bit. Let's go up to 200. Let's just try that one more time with the flam drags. 1, 2, ready. Let's keep going through the golden three. So let's try cheeses now. So we're gonna double the accent. Before we just had doubles after the accent, let's double the accent itself. And again, we're just gonna play the flam taps regularly. Eventually we can do invert flam taps instead of the regular flam taps, but let's just keep the flam taps the same for now. Here we go, cheese it. 1, 2. One more time. All right, and last but not least, you put those two together. We're gonna double the accent of the flams accents, and we're going to double the tap after the accent, so we get a flam 5. Okay, let's put that in real time. 200 BPM, 1, 2, 1, and go. Woo, that is a fun one, guys, and you want to really work at that. That's gonna build the heck out of your chops. It's gonna be awesome. So definitely work on that, guy. That is tough. Let's talk about some other variations you can do. So first of all, we can do a lot of things, but let's talk about this one first. So instead of regular flam taps, we could do invert flam taps. So we just play the exercise the way we just did, but instead of flam tap, when we get to the flam taps, we'll invert it. So the sticking is now right, left, left, right. Right, so carefully watch that. So flam taps normally is right, right, left, left. Basically like doubles, but you flam the accent. But now we after the flam, we're gonna do a left hand tap followed by a left hand flam with it accented. So it's gonna look like this. So that's the tricky thing. And when we go faster, it takes a lot of that upstroke speed to go from the low tap to the accent. Let's give it a try. Here it is at the slower 180. 1, 2, with flam verts. One more time. Let's try even faster. Let's go with that 200. Here we go. 1, 2. All right, and beyond that, the one other thing we could do with invert flam taps is to cheese them. So a fun thing to do would be, let's cheese everything, cheese all the accents. See, we can't cheese normal flam taps. I mean, you kind of can, but it's really difficult because the problem is that after the right, there's another right. So if we double that right, then I have another tap after. So it'd be like, which is kind of crazy. You can kind of sort of actually do it like that. But then you're just doing a flam 3. So, I mean, that is possible, but what's more common to do with this pattern is to invert cheese, do invert cheeses. So this, like that, right? So let's give that a try. Let's just go for it at the 200. One more time. All right, got a little messy on the end there, but you get the idea. And beyond this, we didn't talk about chutichus, but you could do chutichus. Some people call them chutichus. Okay, chutichus. I like calling them chutichus, but chutichus, where on the flam accents, you don't just do flam left, right, but on the last right, you do another flam. So flam left, flam, and then that gets you to the left, so then it would be flam right, and then left-hand flam. So right flam, left flam, left flam, right, left flam, right? It's just alternating, but flam the first and the third note of the groupings, right? So flam that first and third partial. So, right? So like that. You can do this with flam taps. That is possible. So flam taps after. So you would go. Personally, that's a little weird because once you start doing chutichus, they're often paired with invert flam taps. So you would just want to do chutichus and then invert flam taps. Here we go, chutichus with invert flam taps. 1, 2. All right, and then we could do cheese chutichus and cheese invert flam taps. Holy goodness. So this would be the most choppy option as far as flams go. Flams and cheeses together gets choppy. So we would have. Let's give it a try. Let's go at that 190. Let's go in between. 190. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, wow, that's tough. All right, let's talk about just a few more variations you can do. So what you can do is you can do away with the flam taps entirely and just throw in other rudiments. So you could do, for example, just a low roll. So you're just going to do 16th note roll. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1, like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1. And coming out of it, you can't do a flam because you're coming out of a roll, but that would be the idea. So you would go. So this can be a really fun way to just take this basic rhythmic pattern and just play a bunch of different patterns. It's so good, especially if you're in Drumline right now. Like, just call out different things like, hey, do doubles on the flam taps. Call it out and do different variations. Heck, you could do Swiss Army, so you could go. try it with the low rolls. So let's go. All right, let's try that at 200. 1, 2. All right, so you get the idea. I might have dirted out a couple doubles at the end there, so just work on cleaning that up. And then you can do that same thing, but singles. Okay, so single the rhythm, or single the sticking rather, and do the same rhythm. So let's give that a try. 1, 2, single the 30 seconds. The sky's really the limit, right? You could do sextuplet singles, right? Right, you can put accents if you want. There's so many different ideas. You could do Paradiddle-diddles. So again, that says sextuplets, but then you could also do Paradiddle-diddle-diddles 30-second note version. Man, how cool. You can just take this entire exercise and just do every possible thing you can think of. So man, it's so cool. I mean, screw around with this, figure out what you want to do, and just try different ideas. You guys are going to really build up your hands with this one. All right, guys, thanks again for joining me for another episode of RE Teaches Drums. If you guys found this video helpful, please do subscribe to the channel. It really helps us. We're almost to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. You can also support the channel by liking this video and dropping a comment below. Let me know what pattern did you like the most, your favorite variation, or let me know if you thought of some rudiment or idea you can throw in there. There's so many other things like hairtas and even more. So definitely let me know in the comments. I'm curious about that. Something I'm also working on is doing a live stream. That will hopefully be a thing that we do, like a live stream lesson, possibly like an hour lesson, just live and answering questions. Look out for that. That might be a thing that's happening. Till next time, Ari Schiller out.